I believe I am on book 7 that I have completed. So I actually finished this a long time ago, a couple weeks ago actually. So this is The Wizard of Oz by L. Frank Baum, and he also does a whole bunch of other Oz books. I only read this one because it's the only one on the reading challenge. I do want to also read the other ones eventually. But yeah, it was a very short read, less than 200 pages in this edition. I think it was like 180. And it was really good. But I do have some regrets watching the movie before reading the book. So this is actually one of those books I've never read before in my life. And like everybody else, I've watched the movie, the one with Judy Garland in 1939. And so one of the things that I found myself doing when I was reading this was just kind of comparing it to the movie. And so I try to avoid watching movies first. And I have to say, I like the book a lot more. And the movie now is a little bit ruined for me because they first added a lot of things that were never in the book. And then they also left out a lot of things that were, I felt, very important. So one of the scenes in the book was my favorite scene. Was like this land that they go to and everything is made out of china, and it was just really cool. And that never made its way into the actual movie of it. They completely changed the ending. They added a lot of stuff to the beginning of the movie that was never in the book. They, of course, talked about the Munchkins in the book, and those are in, or they talked about the Munchkins in the movie, but that's not the only land of peoples. There's actually like several different lands in the book of people, and the Munchkins is just one of them, and that was the only one that really, was emphasized in the movie. Other than cutting out the ending, they kind of changed the characters around, like the witches. So the Glinda in the book actually doesn't even make an appearance until the end of the book. So I thought that was interesting. But overall, the story is the same. The main characters are the same: the lion, the Tin Man, the Scarecrow, Dorothy, Toto. And I did end up also watching the 1939 movie after reading this, and kind of just felt the same after watching it again. I did hear that I think it was made in 2014. I have not yet watched it, a movie about Oz, and they do put my favorite scene in that. So I'm actually really looking forward to watching that and seeing maybe some of the other things that were left out of the first movie. I know it wasn't the very first movie, but the first major well-known movie. So I'm just looking forward to seeing a lot of the things that maybe got left out. My next book that I'm going to read, I think, is going to be Wicked. That was my original plan, so I do have that here. It is called Wicked: The Life and Times of the Wicked Witch of the West. And this is one that I've been meaning to read. It's been in my bookshelf for a couple of years at least. And it's also the reason why I just read The Wizard of Oz. And I guess the only reason why I say I might read this is I'm going to Books A Million tomorrow. It's one of my favorite bookstores of all time, and I have a lot of fun things that I have planned to buy when I'm there. So I'm going to get Frankenstein, I want to get Dracula, Edgar Allan Poe's complete stories, I want to get the mystery puzzle that I've been meaning to buy, Kane's Jawbone. And that's just the things that I really like absolutely have to find. I'm sure when I get there, I'm going to find a whole bunch of other stuff too. So I may read something else. However, um, it'll probably be this one first. And I am looking forward to it. It dives deeper into one of the characters. I know that the author Gregory Maguire also like does this for other well-known characters, which I think is fun. Um, so yeah, I haven't posted in a long time. I've had a lot going on, nothing bad. I moved my son into college. I started a new job. My other son started middle school, so it's been a lot of good stuff. But I've had a little bit less time for reading books, and now things are finally starting to like get into a flow again. And so I anticipate that I will have more time to read. And yeah, so really, I just want to be reading. It's actually a very hot day out today, but it's not going to be soon. And I really just want to read some like Halloween spooky themed books as well. So that's kind of probably what you'll see from me if I do have the time to read and post. But yeah, Wizard of Oz, I highly recommend it if you have not actually read the book. Because if you've only watched the movie, there's a whole bunch of stuff that you missed out on. So yeah, I will update when I have read my next book. Bye.